good? It's your boy Isaac Reed. What is up with my Reed Nation today? I have another video. It's another WWE 2K17 video. I bet you're like, hold up, this dude's doing straight WWE 2K17 videos for 3 weeks straight. What is he doing? Well, I'm really much excited for the game, and I will be doing my career for WWE 2K17, so make sure you guys check that out the day of WWE 2K17 comes out. I will definitely be having my career sooner that day, sometime that day, and you will be seeing Isaac Reed on WWE 2K17. Now, Smack Talks, like I said, posted another video. If you do not want to watch this video, the link for this video will be in the description down below. So, it says WWE 2K17 hands-on impressions, lots of new details, crowd fighting, backstage, and more. Now, he actually went to go play the game. Now, I did a review for so many different people. I did a review about a couple of people that played the WWE 2K17 game that I subscribed to. Actually, I reacted to Dink Ops, CM Post, Tubby Emu, Tony Pizza Guy, and now Smack Talks. So we gotta see what Smack Talks says about it, because Smack Talks, in his opinion, in my opinion, like CM Post, man, he has the right things to say, and I feel for anything that he says, and I guarantee you he probably will have some similar notes about the game, same way CM Post did and Dink Ops. So let's dive on in it. Let's get in it.
Alright guys, welcome back to the channel where today it's time for my hands-on impressions of WWE 2K17.
Yeah.
2K flew me out to New York last week, where I was able to attend a special Suplex City preview event in which I was able to try out an early build of this year's game. Now, I'm going to cover everything from gameplay, crowd fighting, ladder matches, OMGs, it's all included, and I've tried to fit in as much as I possibly can. So I hope you enjoy it. Let's get started. First up, like I said, this was nowhere near the final version of the game. This was just an early demo build. Therefore, the only matches available were normal one-on-one matches, a multi-man ladder match, or a backstage brawl. And as far as superstars went, we had 7 playable in total. We had AJ Styles, who was rated 89, Dean Ambrose rated 90, Kevin Owens 86, Seth Rollins the highest at 93, and Alberto Del Rio surprisingly the lowest at 83. Then we also had Finn Balor and Shinsuke Nakamura. However, I didn't get a chance to get their ratings as 2K swapped the demos later in the night, so that actually took those out of there.
Damn.
So that's the first of this year's ratings, but let's move on to gameplay, as the gameplay itself looks and feels so much better. There's loads of little things that 2K have added. There's new moves, reversals, taunts, and combined it just all adds to a much more polished finish over 2K16. So to give you an idea of the changes, one of the biggest and most obvious when played is the updates to reversals, as there's still a set limit on how many reversal stocks that you have, with 5 being the maximum. But this year, reversals are so much easier as the window to reverse them has been expanded, not just for standard reversals, but also for major reversals, which make them so much easier to pull off. So, for example, in 2K16, to pull off a major reversal, the window was so small that you can't have no win icon.
Very small. Like, I struggled.
And even when it did appear, it was so small that it was easy to miss. However, this year, not only have 2K expanded the timing window, but they've also made the icon a lot bigger and a lot more noticeable by changing the colour. Now, because of this, I found even if I didn't know a move had a major reversal option, it was so easy to actually react to it and press reverse to reverse the move there and then, which obviously leads to different reversal animations and leads for much better matches, as opposed to seeing the same standard reversal animations over and over. Another of this year's new gameplay update sees changes to the way taunting works, as not only are there now new positions to taunt from, such as in the corner or the middle rope, 2K have changed the way in which left and right taunts work. Now, when you press left on the D-pad, it activates a crowd taunt, which sees the superstar walk towards the ropes and face the fans to gauge a reaction, which in doing so increases your momentum for a brief time while the stage empties.
That's awesome.
Similarly, if you press right on the D-pad, this activates a second system in which you'll taunt at your opponents and start a second gauge that increases the damage that your moves do. Aside from the standard in-ring gameplay, Outside the Ring also has new updates, as superstars feature 2 new ringside finishers that are separate to in-ring finishers, meaning if you have a superstar with top rope moves, then you can set stand-in finishers as an alternate to be used on the outside the ring, so you're no longer at a disadvantage. Another change to Ringside this year also sees an update to the camera angle, as now when both players are on the top area of the screen, the camera angle changes to a local close-up angle, which actually looks really good, and it allows you to see what's going on instead of having the view blocked by the ring. But if you're not a fan of this, then you can actually turn this camera angle off using the menus. While you're at ringside, I can confirm that you can't climb the barricade, therefore it won't be possible to perform diving moves from it. However, if you take the fight into the crowd, then you can do top rope moves off the equipment box. To actually get into the crowd, this can be done one of 3 ways. Firstly, you can throw your opponent into the corner of the barricade and then clothesline them over, or you can use a strong Irish whip which actually sends them flying over the top, or simply walk up to the barricade, press L1 and you'll climb over. Now, in the demo, it was hard to try too much, as the only matches available ringside were a normal or ladder match, and in the ladder match, you couldn't actually get into the crowd. It was only available in the normal match type. So, unfortunately, that meant countouts were on, and we only had a count of 10 to actually explore. But I can confirm that once you're in the crowd, you can use the trash can and chairs, as well as climbing on the
So he's the only one that actually got a chance to do it, because nobody else did that I know.
Also, people will be glad to know that you can actually walk behind the crowd and go all the way up to the side of the stage, where you can actually fight this year instead of it being blocked by an invisible wall. And
yes, bro.
That
is the greatest feature, bro. That's awesome.
Backstage
That's
balls,
awesome.
and in this early demo,
2K, you
didn't
doing
have
good.
the option to go backstage from ringside. Instead, we had to go to backstage brawl from the main menu in order to start there. But once we did, we had all options available in this footage, as we could walk the entire hallway, go into the locker room and Triple H's office, which appears to be 3 confirmed backstage areas, unless this all counts as one entire area. Sticking with backstage, and as you can see in this footage, you can wrestle all the way up the corridor to the area where Renee Young's interviewing. However, when you get too close to her, you'll find that both her and whoever she's interviewing actually walks off to the right where you can't follow them. However, the interview area itself is interactive, and you can throw your opponent into standing elements to knock them over. Now, when I say throw, it's similar to backstage brawls on last gen, as Irish whips have been replaced with a thrown animation, which fits in with the whole brawling situation, and they can be used to throw your opponent into different objects on stage, such as the equipment boxes or even against the walls.
I'm glad they brought Backstage.
As for weapons, there's plenty available, as you can see Seth here using this table, and then when you get into the office or the locker room, there's also additional weapons like chairs, trash cans, and even tables in both rooms, with the table in
I don't like the way they fall, though. It's stupid, like,
OMG moment
how they fall like that?
DDT your opponent through it. Speaking of backstage OMGs, and two others that we can actually see in action, this behind the TV and the locker room super kick, both of which can be assigned to a superstar and then executed using R1 and triangle, which is the same for all OMGs this year, as previously if you had a corner finisher and a corner OMG moment assigned, then both used the same button, and it made it awkward to do the move that you wanted. Therefore, this year, that's no longer a problem, as the controls to execute them have been updated. Also, as seen in this footage, Backstage Brawls also feature split screen gameplay.
Triple H has a different entrance this year, because he's had the same entrance since 2007.
That also takes place at ringside during one-on-one matches. As if you stray too far from your opponent, such as heading all the way up the ramp while they're in the ring, or entering the crowd, then the camera actually switches to this split screen camera, rather than pulling out to a greater distance. Getting back to ringside, and another new feature this year is the ability to continue with the fight after a match, as 2K have introduced win animation breakouts that allow players the option to break out and attack the other player during victory scenes. So if you're not done beating up your opponent, you can actually break out and continue to beat them down, or if you've taken a beating, then you can actually break out and gain some revenge until eventually a cutscene plays to end the show. Moving on, and ladder matches see one of the biggest updates this year, and these matches really do feel completely
that one
different
animation
all the changes.
back breakout is pretty
first
awesome.
Off, there's one in particular
I'm gonna do that a lot.
everyone's
Just
attention,
whoop somebody's
and that is
ass
the ability to pull out a larger ladder from under the ring on the far side when you use both L1 and R1, and that can then be set up as a bridge between both the barricade and the ring apron. Now, I tried a few different things with this, and I can confirm it is possible to throw your opponent over the top rope so they land lying on the ladder, so it looks as though it'll be possible to set them up in that way and then do top rope moves on them. Although in the matches I played, the only way I was actually able to put them through the ladder was using a new assignable OMG moment, and that takes you to throw your opponent into the bridge ladder and then execute a powerbomb to put them through it. In terms of a new mini game to unhook the briefcase or the championship,
I'm loving that new animation when you grab the briefcase.
Section cut out a bit that you can maneuver the red ball into using the right stick. Now, this can be kind of tricky, as it needs to be exact when you move it in, but each time you're successful, you'll see one of the 8 grey segments turn green, and then turn them all green, and you'll eventually unhook the case. Now, it might sound simple, but I can assure you it's a lot harder in practice, as the circle starts to spin faster if your opponent climbs the ladder and then starts punching you, which they can actually run up the ladder this year. So just when you think you're about to win, things can suddenly turn around, which makes matches much more dramatic. Just like you can see here, Styles has suddenly turned things around.
So it's an actual real Money in the Bank match.
That is, of course, until Seth Rollins pushes the ladder over, which is no longer instantly done with the press of a button. Instead, you have to keep pressing circle.
I got tired of people just automatically pushing me off the ladder. They gotta struggle this year to push me off the ladder. They can't take eyes to read.
Other updates to the ladder match include updated sound effects for the ladders, as well as a change to the ladder finishers, which now sees mid-move reversals, which allow you to quickly reverse a move like Seth Rollins' neckbreaker and actually do that in mid-air, as well as a rollout feature that's active in regular matches, where Superstar will roll outside if they're taking too much damage and then stay there until they either recover or use the breakout feature to get back in the ring.
It's coming to WWE 2K17.
Puts you at a disadvantage is to receive a temporary gauge that actually sees you take more damage until it drains. So
Damage
that's
is
a lot
a
of the new
big
updates
thing
and
for
changes
WWE.
this year. I only played for probably around an hour, but in that time I absolutely loved it, especially the multi-man matches. The ladder match especially, as it just feels so different with all the changes, and it does really make it more exciting and more dramatic, especially when someone's climbing the ladder, and the new mini games in there, trying to undo it, and then you take some damage, you roll outside, and you're thinking, no, they're going to get the briefcase. So breaking out, trying to get in there, run up the ladder, it just makes a huge difference over the ladder matches that we've seen in the past games, and I can't wait
Please
to
talk
get
about
the
the
game
triple threat, because I know
some
everybody got
ladder
some
matches.
shit on to say.
There used to be an absolute nightmare when you think of all the people in there and all the glitches, everything else.
Yeah.
But a lot of the changes, especially moving the ladder into certain places, it just makes it so much better to play through, and it's just a much better experience.
Come on,
so all in all, it's just much more fun in general, and that's without even mentioning the crowd fighting, the backstage stuff. Plus, as I said, being able to throw someone out the ring on that ladder bridge, that should make for some really epic moments, especially with the new highlight reel, because we can actually capture them, get them from the perfect angle, and it's something that I'm really looking forward to. Although the highlight reel wasn't actually in this build because it was so scaled down and it was such an early build, but of course that will be in the final game, as that has been announced.
Final game.
Anyway guys, that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you've enjoyed it, as I've tried to fit in as much detail as I can, but I'm sure there'll be things that I've missed.
Man.
So I'll probably
making
do
me
a second follow-up video with anything else
making
that
me
I have
excited,
missed,
man.
and maybe a Q&A as well, so I can do that on a live stream, and then you can answer any questions that you have. I can answer them. You can't answer them. I can answer those questions. So you can submit the questions, I'll answer them. So make sure to stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you haven't already. Have an awesome day. Until next time, catch you later.
Okay, real quick, he should have talked more about the entrances. The entrances he never got a chance to talk about, because I wanted to know more about everybody's entrance. I didn't even want to just know Shinsuke and AJ Styles. I wanted to know more about Randy Orton's and stuff like that and all them. Real quick, I'm glad that you're able to actually go around the arena and the crowd fighting. That would be an amazing feature. And another quick thing, a lot of matches I'm pretty much excited, because the way you grab the ladder, where you grab the Money in the Bank this year, is amazing. I'm like totally 100% into it, and I'm pretty much excited. Isaac Reed is coming to WWE 2K17, so you haven't, make sure you guys subscribe so you can watch my career, because it's gonna be pretty interesting. We're gonna be doing a lot in my career. A lot of I probably will be taking some time off from reactions to play WWE 2K17 and NBA 2K17. So make sure you guys watch every single reaction I do so far, because when those games come out, I will be busy. Trust me, I will be busy. My channel might turn into a gaming channel, but I hope you guys still subscribe, because my careers will be pretty lit, hopefully. And I hope you guys will stay tuned to that. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. We're almost at 1,700 subscribers. We're trying to get to 2,000 in a couple of weeks. So guys, keep subscribing. And yeah, make sure you guys stay tuned. But real quick, I had some inputs. I hope they changed a couple of entrances. Like Randy Orton's entrance needs to be changed. He had the same entrance for years. And Triple H, goodness Christ, he's had the same entrance since 2007. If you don't believe me, type his 2007 Triple H entrance for SVR, and you'll be like, yep, he has the same entrance. But I'm out, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Reed Nation.